What the hell's going on, YouTube? How you guys doing? I'll tell you what, I'm doing amazing. Was I lying to you? Am I feeding you a line of crap? Maybe. So the subject tonight is the devil. This might be a few parts, actually. I want you guys to pay attention to the description below. As time goes on, I'm going to link videos that I really would encourage you to check out. This is not new information. This ain't like Nate came up with some great idea, okay? And in fact, all of my videos have always been inspired by other people, okay? Whether it be on YouTube, whether it be in a book, whether it be a speaker, always inspired by somebody else, okay? So don't take these as, like, all I'm doing is I'm taking in all the information, absorbing it, thinking about it, and then sharing my thoughts on it. That's all I'm doing. It's not complicated, okay? I got my new voltage drop Diagnostics hoodie from my friend Pat from Voltage Drop Diagnostics. Check the description. Amazing guy, super smart. I mean, very smart individual, okay? I admire this man, okay? There's a reason why I bought his hoodie, okay? And I had to have it custom made, so Pat, spot on, thank you. But I want to talk about the devil. And why do I want to talk about the devil? Well, because me and the devil have had our relationship, okay? I think we all have. So, what do I want to talk about with him? Well, I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there about the devil, and here's why. Because, in my opinion, again, whenever I say here's why, guys, that's PAULY'S opinion. Okay, that doesn't mean that I know everything. That just means that I'm expressing my personal opinion. Okay, you can disagree with my opinion, and you know what? I encourage that because maybe I'll learn something from you. Okay. But nevertheless, the devil. My experiences with the devil have been extreme, okay? Every time I go through a cycle in my life where, you know, like I'm down, I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, right? Usually it's when you're up, okay? When you're up is when the devil is your biggest threat. When you're down in the gutter and you're in your lowest point is when the devil's not as big of a threat, okay? He doesn't come after those who are already feeding into his lies and his deceptions, okay? This is going to be a difficult subject, so if I get off topic, I apologize. I do not write notes. I do not pre-plan. Well, I pre-plan to some extent. I do spend several hours rehearsing, so to speak, I guess, my thoughts and my ideas. But the devil. Who is the devil? Who is Lucifer? Who is Satan? Who is he? A lot of people don't like to talk about the devil, okay? A lot of people don't like to get into that subject because as soon as you start touching on the subject of the devil, it gets uncomfortable, okay? We don't like to talk about him. And he does not like you talking about him, okay? He does not like you sharing his information. Now, originally, I had rehearsed this in the evening. It was dark, very dark. I kind of wanted to do it that way, but I think in the light is better because I don't want any negative potential coming your way. So, with that being said, you know, I rebuke Satan, 100%. I rebuke him. Doesn't mean that he's not going to win again. I mean, Lucifer does, again, we'll get into this, but Lucifer has a way of getting in, okay? No matter which way you cut it. The second you think that you have Lucifer under your foot is the second you don't have Lucifer under your foot, okay? Hard to believe, right? again, who was Lucifer? Who was Lucifer? Lucifer was an archangel, okay? He's not talked about a lot in the beginning of the Bible. Outside of the serpent, and he tempted Eve and all that, right? Again, check out the link in the description below. Malachi Martin, exorcist priest. I know I have mentioned it before that I had dabbled in the idea when I was younger of going into the priesthood. My intent when I wanted to do that, guys, was to become an exorcist priest, okay? I really had a calling for driving demons out of souls, okay? And I actually shared that with one of my coworkers today, and he kind of stepped back and he was like, he was all creeped out, like, did I just hear what this guy said? And it's like, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to study to become an exorcist priest because it takes a lot of strength to be an exorcist priest. I mean, you're opening your soul up to some serious stuff, guys, okay? When you play with the devil, as in you take demons out of souls and heal them and get them back on track, the devil don't really like that. It's kind of like, let's say let me give you an analogy, okay? So, like, think of it this way. A spy, right? You got a spy from one country that is sent into another country, okay? That country that spy is in, he does not want to be found out about, or she for that matter, right? Not gender specific, but just, I'm going to say he, but you got to understand where I'm coming from, okay? Get out of the whole politically correct BS, because it's irrelevant here. That spy will get put into that area, okay, that country, and his job is to literally spy, right, and observe, not necessarily do anything. He's not gonna like make an attack, but his job is to take notes. Like, okay, they go here at this time, they do this, they do that, right? Okay, on the other side of this world, it works the same way. It works exactly the same way. The only difference is they don't have to necessarily be there, if that makes sense, because they don't have bodies. Like, demons and angels do not have bodies. That's where people go wrong in all of this. They think that, like, it's confined, okay? An angel and a demon do not have bodies, guys. They're entities, okay? They're energy. They're here and there, but also there. They can be in multiple places at once, actually, which is mind-blowing, right? But if you think about it, it makes sense, because how could God be in multiple places at once if he had a body? It's impossible, right? So that's how you got to look at it, okay? Not so much in the finite of the world, because if you're thinking that way, you're not thinking correctly, and you're not going to understand what I'm about to tell you. Okay, so let's get that straight. Now, first of all, Lucifer was an archangel, like Michael or Gabriel, okay? All these archangels, right? They're warriors, right? They're the ones out there fighting the good fight, okay? And yes, we have guardian angels, and we have saints, and we have souls that have passed on, that have been brought into that realm, okay, of the prayer line, or the overall, okay? And some of you are going to be like, Paulie has lost his mind. No, I have not, guys. This is nothing new. This is something that I knew long ago. I'm finally sharing it with you, okay? And for a very specific reason, because I know that a lot of people out there are struggling right now, going through some very bizarre things. And there's a reason for that, okay? The reason everything in life is a cycle, right? So that's why we're at where we're at. And we'll get into that in maybe another video. I mean, I have endless content on this. But the demonic, the devil, okay? We're focused in on the devil. Now, some of you are going to be like, well, we shouldn't focus in on that. Well, okay, so let me stop you right there. This is why people are susceptible to the snares of the devil, okay? One, you do not understand the devil. You were taught about the devil maybe at some point in your life, okay? And you maybe were told, like, yeah, you know, he's this guy with horns that lives down in the center of the earth in fire, and you know, he's the bad one. Everything that's bad is the devil. You know, it's him. He's the one, you know, pulling the puppet strings and whatever. Okay? But do you really understand how the devil works? Because the devil is so intelligent. He was one of the most intelligent of archangels, okay? In fact, he was very intelligent. But he's also quite dumb, okay? So, but dumb in the sense that he does not know God. Oh yeah. Some of you are going to be like, that's BS. No. Think about this now. That Lucifer was an archangel for God, okay, in the beginning. He was the light bearer. He was supposed to bring light to the world, okay? And he basically had a disagreement with that, because he was like, well, this ain't fair. God's going to exercise mercy on human beings, these animals, these weak, you know, these disgusting creatures, and we're angels, and we're not allowed to screw up, and we don't get any mercy, because an angel cannot sin, okay? If an angel screws up, straight shot to hell. No mistakes. Make no mistake about it. If you're an angel and you screw up, you don't get chance 1, chance 2, chance 3, chance 4. No. It ain't none of that, okay? That's not how it works in the angelic realm and the demonic realm, okay? The divine. And this is where people go wrong. They assume that that the other side is like here. Nothing on the other side is like here. This is why people are afraid to die. They don't understand how it really works on the other side, okay? I do. And I can say that with confidence. I am not worried about dying. Like right now, somebody could come up and just end my life, right? And I could be worried. I could be looking to my left and looking to my right, like, people are going to come and kill me, right? But I'm not worried, okay? I don't think about that. Again, I'm ranting, but I'm giving you perspective. You drive down the road, right? You're on a 2-way highway, okay? And you're going 65 miles an hour, and the people coming are going 65 miles an hour, right? Now, let me ask you this, and I'm not trying to scare anyone out there. I'm just trying to give you perspective. Do you, while you're driving to work, drinking your coffee, smoking your cigarette, or whatever it is you do, okay? Being distracted on your phone like you shouldn't be, right? Because it's dangerous. Whatever, okay? You're just living your day, your normal day to day. You're not thinking about the fact that that person in your left lane going 65 could have a heart attack, die, lose control of the vehicle, come into oncoming, and boom, game over, baby. You're done. That just like that happens all the time. Right? Same thing with a drunk driver. You know, somebody's wasted and they're driving when they shouldn't be, right? And then all of a sudden, you're out. You might be doing whatever, your normal routine. You might be going to the grocery store. You might be getting diapers for your child, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, you're dead. Just like that, okay? That's what God's talking about when the hour comes, okay? When the hour of death comes, you will not expect it. It will not be expected. You can't predict it. No matter how much you try to sit there and anticipate it, you do not know when it's going to come, okay? That's pretty intimidating when you think about it. When you start looking at life that way and realize how fragile our life really is, our human life, our body, then you become a little bit intimidated or scared, and some people will actually isolate themselves. They go into a psychosis or a neurosis, actually more of a neurosis, right? Where, they, like the washing of the hands of Lady Macbeth, right? In Shakespeare, right? Fulton Sheen talks about that. You know, she was washing her hands every 15 minutes, right? Trying to get the blood from her husband that she had murdered. You know, trying to get that sin off of her hands, you know, because she went into a neurosis, you know, like it obsessed her. Okay, no, I know this is intense. I know it is. And I'm not doing a very good job of it, I don't think. Maybe I am. I don't know. But, you know, I've never really been one for following a routine. Nevertheless, okay, that Lucifer. How does Lucifer work, or why did Lucifer get banished to hell? Well, we talked about that. He was supposed to bring light to the world. He didn't think it was fair. Now, mind you, if you watch that video, Lucifer never seen God, because if he had seen God, he couldn't have fallen, right? Because God is perfect, and God will, I mean, if he had seen God. Now, it's hard to understand as a human being, because you're like, well, wait a minute. He's an angel. He's an archangel, but God created the angels. How could he not have seen God? Well, I don't know the answer to that. I would love to know the answer to that. Maybe somebody does. But he never seen God. So when he disobeyed God in the initial test of his loyalty to God as an archangel, as a soldier of God, right? A general, basically, because an archangel is a general, okay? They're high up. He's not an archangel is different than an angel, okay? Nevertheless, he fell as fast as lightning, right? Malachi talks about that in his talk. He says, how fast did he fall? Well, he fell as fast as lightning. You see lightning come from the sky and hit the ground. He fell faster than that. In other words, instantly. God took him and sent him to hell. Now, was this by design? Probably. Okay? Probably. That angel had to go to hell. For whatever. To test man. To test man's love of God. Who knows, right? I'm not God. This is why we talk about this stuff. Is to get perspective and insight. Nevertheless, Lucifer works in very interesting ways. He starts off when you're a child, okay? I'll give you my life's example. I grew up and I was in a divorced family when I was 4 years old, okay? My father and my mother divorced. My father was in the military. I was born in West Berlin, Germany, okay? My dad was in the army back in the 80s, 80 to 84, I believe, okay? I came back to the United States in 84, and I was 2 years old because I was born in 82. Yeah. There you go. I was born in 1982. I'm a November baby, of course. 16th of November, actually. So there you go. No more mystery. I'll just give it to you. Nevertheless, when I was a child, of course, going through divorce was difficult, right? I mean, nobody wants to see their parents separated. Who does, right? I've been divorced. My children have gone through divorce at an older age, but they've gone through divorce, okay? My daughter, 4 years old, you know, me and her mother are separated in a way. It's just the way society has become. By design. By design. This is not by accident, okay? Now, I'm not making excuses for actions. What I'm saying is that was by design, okay? That was not something that was supposed to be that way. It's just the way in which society goes when it goes away from where we're supposed to be, okay? We're at that point. We're at a point where people need to get back on track. They need to, like, who was I talking to? I was talking to my girlfriend now about this the other night. Noah, right? Everyone's heard of Noah's Ark. And Noah built he built a boat, right? He was told by God, he was saying, hey, build this boat, okay? And I want you to take 2 of every animal, right, from the earth and bring them on this boat because I'm going to flood the earth. Now, some people are going to be like, that's just a fairy tale and blah, blah, blah. There's no way. And there's science that tells that the Black Sea expanded at the, you know, crush all that, okay? Stop thinking so literally and start thinking about it in a different aspect, okay? It's not about the literal scientific method in which it happened, okay? That's irrelevant. It's the moral. It's the overall reason why, okay? That's where people go wrong when they look at spirituality. They think that everything is so finite. They think that everything can be brought into the world and like explained, okay? You can't explain it, all right? It's something that you either are going to hear and understand or you're not, okay? And I don't know how else you get it to people. I don't know if it takes quoting a bunch of scripture or if it takes, a bunch of pastors sitting on a pulpit or a priest. It really doesn't matter, okay? Maybe it's just me talking to you and that's what gets you in the right direction. You know what? And if that's the case, great. Then mission accomplished, right? We got you in the right direction. We got you moving in the right direction. That's the ultimate goal here, okay? Now some of you may be like, well, he's making money on YouTube. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Not a lot, okay? And if I do make a lot of money, you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm not telling anyone what I'm going to do with it, because if I tell you what I'm going to do with it, Lord knows what kind of traps will be set for me to prevent me from being able to accomplish the mission, okay? We'll get back to the spy thing that I was telling you about earlier. Don't think I forgot. Oh yeah, I remember. So Lucifer, he falls down to hell. And God's like, all right, we're going to chain him up for a while. We're going to banish him down to earth into hell. Okay, and we're going to chain him up for a while. And let humanity have a fighting chance at least to get the roots established. We're not going to let him just run around and tempt man into sin and go against God. We're going to give man a fighting chance here. Okay, so that's what happened. Again, I cannot stress it enough. Watch the video or the interview of Malachi Martin with Art Bell. Okay, I had these tapes when I was thinking about becoming a priest, and I listened to them probably no less than 100 to 200 times over the whole entire series. And they're long, guys. They're long. And he's very hard to understand because he's an Irishman, okay? An older gentleman. But he was an exorcist priest, okay? And he wrote a lot of books. And one of them was Hostage to the Devil, okay? Of which I've read many times. The Vatican, he wrote the Vatican. I've read a lot of these books, okay? Again, I read. I do read. You might not see me read, but I do read. Nevertheless, listen to the interview and it'll make a lot more sense. It'll back up what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm just giving it to you in a summarized version, right? This is what we were taught to do in English. Well, I'm just basically doing what I was taught. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. Getting back to Lucifer. Okay, so the spy thing. Lucifer and the spies, okay? So picture it this way. Lucifer will watch you through your life, okay? Through other people. Again, getting back to demons and angels. They don't have bodies. However, they can work through human bodies, or souls rather. Not bodies, souls. They can work through other souls. They do this through the power of the fact that they don't have a body. So if they don't have a body, it's an energy, right? Can an energy not come over you? Think about this. If you do drugs, okay, for example, or you drink in excess, do you not get a euphoria? Do you not get a change in energy in your body? Do you not feel something different? Okay. Does it not compel you to do something different than you normally would do? Does it not change and alter your state? Does it not like almost numb your goodness, your humanity, and almost change your state of mind and change the way in which you'll act and the way in which you'll say things? Okay? Something to think about, because that's how he works. All right? So these demonic forces these demons, Lucifer, right? They walk amongst us all the time. Some people be like, well, I'm good. I reject Satan. I don't want to talk about him. Let's not talk about him. Do you not realize that Lucifer's already convinced you? Do you not realize that you've already been convinced that the spy is not there? You know, think about it. A spy, right? Does a spy want to be found out? Does a spy want to get caught wherever he's operating? So what does he do? He assimilates into the society in which he's in. He looks normal. He tries to make you believe that he's a normal, everyday, good person. Do you see now how that works? Maybe not. Maybe not quite yet. There are certain human beings in this world that are what we would call perfectly possessed, okay? What is perfect possession? Perfect possession is a soul that at some point, because again, they can enter the body and they can work through a human being, right? But they can only do it if that human being's soul opened the portal. Opened it, meaning accepted it in. You have to accept in the demonic, okay? It's called possession. To be possessed, okay? Now, there are different degrees of possession. Sometimes when the soul is possessed, it's so extreme that there is no going back to getting it out. You can't just run to the confessional and confess your sins and all is wiped away and all the demons are shook away, okay? It's like a bad case of fleas on a dog, right? A dog gets a bad case of fleas, you know, yeah, you can give them a pill or something, right? And it might kill a few, but there's still those some. And then they can just come right back, okay? That's what an exorcism is, okay? Don't think of the movies so much, you know, like the movie The Exorcist, right? I mean, most people have seen that movie. If you haven't, be careful, because again, anything you open up, you open your soul up to the possibility of being demonically possessed. Okay, so anything you do in your life, drugs, sex, blasphemy, gossip, doesn't matter. Any sin, really. Visual. You could be watching me right now, and anything that's attached to me right now, which I'm going to tell you right now, there probably is stuff attached to me. So you have to be careful. You have to protect your energy. I cannot protect you. You have to protect you. You have to worry about number one. I told you this in the last video. Worry about number one, not left, not right. Worry about number one. But I know my Maker. I know God, all right? And I do believe in Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. Crucified under Pontius Pilate, suffered, died, and was buried. On the third day, rose again in fulfillment of the scriptures, right? I understand that. I believe that, okay? With all my heart. With all my heart. Okay? I understand why the crucifixion happened. That's how you protect your energy, okay? That's how you protect your soul from possession. You have to be careful what you watch. Pornography. You don't think I've ever looked at pornography? Come on. Come on. Really? I'm a man. I'm a young man in today's society. You don't think I've ever seen pornographic material or looked at it willingly, okay? Of course I have. Of course I have. And you think I didn't have to confess for that? Of course I did. But there again, opening up a portal. Because once the image is in you, doesn't matter. You're possessed. You're possessed. Now he has you. Now he owns you. Now he can flash those images and them temptations in your mind and control you and manipulate you and tweak your idea of reality. That's how he works, see? A spy watches, gathers information, and then he lets you have it. Did I not say that in my last video? Can I not play the role of Lucifer? Absolutely I can. But I'll tell you one little secret. one little secret that most people don't understand. How to spot Lucifer from, how to spot him. Lucifer will not tell you about him. He will not tell you his tactics. He will not tell you how he works. He doesn't want you to know how he works, okay? So if I was Lucifer, truly, why would I be giving you this information? Okay? Again, a spy does not want people to know the truth. He does not want you to understand how he operates, okay? He operates in so many ways, guys. So many ways. He operates in your friends. He will operate with your family. He will operate with your closest friend. Your closest friend. And you know how I know this? It's real simple. It's real simple. Some out there that are devout probably already know the answer to this. But you know how we know this? Because if you read in Matthew, I couldn't name the verse, but if you read in the New Testament about Jesus Christ, right? Peter and Jesus are having a conversation, and Jesus is telling Peter about what's about to happen to him. He's telling him, like, look, this is what's been foretold. This is what's going to happen. I am the Messiah. You need to accept the fact that this is my end state, okay? Essentially, I'm going to be captured. I'm going to be chastised. I'm going to be ridiculed. People are going to deny me. And then I'm going to be nailed to this cross, okay? I'm going to be crucified. I'm going to die because I am the sacrificial lamb, okay? I am the Messiah. I am the Savior, okay? And Peter, now remember, Peter was the one that Jesus Christ himself, Jesus Christ said to Peter, he said, you are the rock that I'm going to build my church upon, meaning you're the first pope. You're going to be the leader, okay? You're going to be the one. But Peter, at that one given moment in time when they're having this conversation, says, how can this be? This is not how my Lord's going to die. This is not acceptable, right? No way will my Lord die this, And then what does Jesus tell him? Get behind me, Satan, right? He tells Peter that. He's talking to Peter. And he says, get behind me, Satan. You do not speak of God, you do not speak of God, you speak of what, of man. You're worried about this. You're not worried about the divine, you're more worried about this. Pretty intense when you really think about it. Bishop Fulton Sheen talks about that, and I'll put that speech in here too, so you can watch it, because it's intense, okay? And the man was like, I couldn't even hold a candle to how well this man can actually speak this stuff. It's like I don't want to get in my envy, but I aspire to be as great. I aspire to be that great of a speaker. I mean, it's like wow. It's like wow. Imagine Jesus telling Peter that he's Satan. What more do you need? I mean, once you understand once you understand the meaning behind that, and just understand why that had to be that way, and how it still, to this day, after so many years, resonates. Still, just etches you. It's like there's nothing you can do to reject it, because it's truth. Like, Peter had become Satan. He was trying to deny the crucifixion, okay? But Peter was good. He was a disciple, right? I mean, for goodness sakes, Christ told him, you're going to be the rock I'm going to build my church upon. But yet, Jesus is calling him Satan. He's calling him Satan. Anyways, I'm going to leave you on that one. Let that one sink in. Think about that. With all that's going on right now, with all of what everyone's talking about, just really think about that, because that's what I was told I was supposed to tell you. So, God bless you. Take care of yourselves. Pat, you rock. And if you like it, subscribe. If you don't, I don't know, subscribe anyways, because you probably will over time. And then not only that, hit the like button. If you don't want to like it, hit the dislike button. Don't matter to me. You support me either way. If you don't want to do anything, don't care. If you want to leave a comment, great. If you have something else you'd like to add or something that I did wrong or said wrong, please point it out. I am not perfect. I am a man just like you are, or woman, if you want to look at it that way. We're human beings. We all make mistakes, but it's time for us to start talking about this stuff. It's time for us to really come together and put this stuff out there. And the reason being is because if we don't stick together and really think about it, think about why we're at where we're at right now as a society, as a world, to be honest with you. I mean, it comes down to the world. We're not going to change this. We're going to go down a dark path. And I don't think anyone with families or kids or loved ones want to go down that path, okay? And honestly, it really comes down to end state, okay? Death. Do you want to be waiting till the last day to figure this stuff out? Do you really want to be waiting till the last day to have this understanding and this revelation? I don't think you do. I don't think anyone does, right? We all need to really think about that and realize that it's very important for you to pay attention to your soul. And how great is it when you finally have it and you understand how it works, and then you change your entire life as a result of it. And I'm not saying you have to be going out there and quoting Bible verses every 5 minutes. Nobody's saying that. There are people that are destined to do that, okay? That's their calling, okay? Let them do that. Doesn't mean they're bad people. Don't ever take it that way. It just means that that's their calling. Your calling might be, just being a good person, just being a genuine person. You might go to the grocery store and help somebody out because it's the right thing to do. Or, instead of getting upset the next time somebody's pissing you off because they're buying 15 lottery tickets in the morning, and you just want to get your coffee and your cigarettes and go on your merry way, something to think about. Why would I say that? Because that's me. That's totally me. I'm standing behind the guy getting 15 lottery tickets, and it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, I just need my smokes and my coffee. Again, Lucifer coming in, right? Those addictions, okay? I have them too, guys. I have them too. So, I couldn't be talking to you if I didn't admit to that. So, anyways, God bless you. Take care. I love each and every one of you. I love everyone who helps support me. And honestly, I love everyone who's learning something. If you're learning something and gaining something, dude, that's all I ask. I'm not asking you to, you don't have to become, you know what I mean? You don't have to become the Ned Flanders of The Simpsons, okay? To be godly, okay? You don't have to be spiritual and necessarily be that, okay? I will tell you this, the more and more you get into it and the more and more you start to learn and change your life, you'll just kind of naturally become that way. But always keep in the back of your mind to keep your sense of humor too, like there's a gentleman out there. I know I said I was done a long time ago. Do you really think I'm done? Come on. You know this. It doesn't work that way. There's a gentleman out there that I'm paying very close attention to. He knows who he is, okay? You know who you are. I watch you just like you watch me. But I see a lot of potential, and it really is awesome to watch you do what you're doing. And I really hope that you keep doing whatever it is you're doing. And, I just hope that this video helps you in some way develop and grow in whatever it is you're trying to do. Just like you helped me. Because, dude, trust me, the help you've given me has been, I don't know how to repay you, but I'm going to repay you. I'm not going to name names. I'm not even going to link your channel because I don't need to, because you already know goodness is coming to you. Goodness is coming to you. So Archangel Michael, keep us protected, and our blessed Lord, forgive us our sins, right? And have mercy on all of us, because we're not perfect. Nobody is. If anyone was perfect, geez, we'd all be Jesus Christ, right? We just aspire to be like him, It'd be really awesome if I was that perfect, but I'm realistic, guys. I'm a realist in that aspect. I just keep doing what I gotta do, and that's all you can do. You know, I go to work, I do my job, I enjoy my trade, I enjoy the people I'm surrounded by. I know they're gonna hurt me. You know, hell, my own family members hurt me. I get that. My worst enemy is within my family half the time, but I forgive them, and I know that they don't mean it. In the depths of their soul, you know, it's not them per se. That's how the devil works. The devil creeps in that way. He comes in and he brings that anger and that jealousy and that animosity, and it's like, I don't know, you know, I don't even know where my channel's going. I don't know what my content's gonna be, but I just have faith that it's gonna be in the right direction, and I hope for somebody out there that it resonates, okay? So God bless you, take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next video.